Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA Cardano. So as you probably know from my last video, my view here for Cardano is still that we are in a correction. Yeah. So while for many other coins at the moment, bullish interpretations are definitely realistic, here for ADA, I'm currently in favor still of a more bearish version of it. Yeah. So that means that we actually have not yet, or maybe just now, finished this wave 4 here by peaking this wave E in this Elliott wave triangle A, B, C, D, E, which would suggest that you break out of the triangle to the downside. In the previous video, I told you that this wave C high should not be broken, and it didn't break at 51.1 cents. Even if we would break it, even if we broke it, it would mean that it would probably just be an extended triangle. The only way when I would consider more bullish price action is unfolding here is if we break above the wave A high, that is at 54.7 cents. Until then, my view would be that we are still here in a correction. And the reason for that is, the reason why this is different to, for example, Solana, Litecoin, XRP, Ethereum and Bitcoin, is that Cardano hasn't made a lower low. So that what I have labeled here currently as wave, even here, wave 3 or the B wave down here, what I've labeled as B wave here, this on other crypto charts, this has been the wave 5 low. Now the problem is that this wave 5 low is not lower than the one here from the 12th of May. That means it makes it very difficult to interpret it in a kind of way that we say, all right, the overall wave count has finished here and we can start a move to the upside. Because that's what it was all about, to finish this last wave down and then to turn around and to start a new uptrend. Now, ADA hasn't really done it. Yes, there is a possible bullish interpretation that we could say this was just a truncation, a so-called truncation, a shorter wave 5, in which you can actually say, all right, the bullish pressure, the buying pressure was so high that we did not manage to make a lower low. That is possible. It's an exception, but it's possible. But to really consider this interpretation more closely, I think ADA needs to earn this, and until ADA has earned this, my focus is here on lower prices for ADA in this triangle. If I compare this to the Solana chart, Solana has much more bullish price action recently. Litecoin has a similar situation, but also more bullish price action since the low, and ADA just hasn't. And unless ADA really breaks above the wave A high here at 54.7, I'm not going to consider anything more bullish here. I've got it sort of, in the background, yeah, and you've heard about it, that there is a more bullish interpretation here. But for now, my focus is on this triangle, A, B, C, D, E, which has worked out very well. We've held the wave C high, and that would suggest we should now turn around to the downside. If we don't and move a bit higher, not a problem. It would mean we move the wave C out, and then we also have to move the D and the E out. But it means we can go all the way up to the 54.7 cent level. And only if we get above that, then I'm going to probably favor a truncated wave arrangement here and say, okay, what this all was, probably something like this, a wave 1, a wave 2, we are now in the wave 3, and then we have wave 4 and the wave 5. And if this is the case, then in the wave 3, we should get to a price level of around 60.8 cents. Yeah. Then we know with more confidence that we are here in a more bullish scenario. Yeah. It's still not super bullish. There's still significant downside risk. Don't get me wrong. But then, of course, it's not a triangle anymore, and we can consider the truncated wave arrangement here more closely. Until then, I would consider rather the focus on the downside here, just because I can and just because I have to, because ADA hasn't proven yet that it is worth considering something different. Okay, everything else is just speculation. We always want to see the proof in the Elliott wave patterns. Now, something more possible or something more bullish would also be indicated by this sort of smaller pattern here. If you just look at pattern trading, this sort of inverse head and shoulders which might be unfolding here, it's a small one. I only just spotted it. You know, you could argue maybe that is going to give us a hint that it might actually break here to the upside, but only, again, it's not going to break out until it breaks out, and even then it can move all the way up to the 54.7 cent level before I have to consider a different pattern. What else? So yeah, this would then go down from here. That is the current expectation. And when do we know that the wave E is finished, and with that also the wave 4? Well, we don't really know until we break below the wave B low here at 42.1 cents, but a first good indication is if we break below the low of the wave D here at 45.6 cents. That is a good indication that we are going to go down further. Then the next stop will be that wave B low, and only if we break below the low of the wave B, then this would actually confirm that triangle breakout to the downside. And then I think we are going to see an ADA price of, well, then we're probably going to reach here that 38.5 cent level and possibly even lower. Yeah, that 38.5 cent level is the wave 3 low from the 12th of May. And yeah, we can then expect even a bit lower prices, possibly between that 38.5 cent level and the 29.5 cent level or 29 cent level, which is that 88.7% Fibonacci retracement level that, for example, I think Solana broke it, Chainlink touched it basically, sort of strong reaction to it. ADA didn't even get close to it. Now you could argue that maybe because of the Vasil hard fork that was planned, we saw a little bit of a small rally up here, yeah, and that messed everything up a little bit. That left the chart a little bit higher than it would have been without the Vasil hard fork. Possible, but in the end we can only see what we see on the chart here. So yeah, my focus is currently further on the downside, definitely, unless the chart can prove that it is worth considering something more bullish. All right, that is my view here about ADA. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, check out the channel membership. Here you can get access to the Telegram live chat groups, the Discord server, and a weekly live stream. Next live stream is tomorrow on Sunday at 1700 UTC. All right, so thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.